Hope everyone's doing well. So, for a little bit of background, I am Josh Fox, a recent graduate of Concordia University of Wisconsin, where I served as the student manager of the environmental center there. During that time, I also completed an internship at the Northern Aquaculture demonstration facility with Tyler and Emma, as well as others. And I am currently working as a biologist at Woods and Waters Fish Farms. Today, we'll be providing you a perspective on all aspects of perch aquaculture, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Um, as many of us are well aware, the process of larval rearing presents both challenges and demands that are unparalleled in other portions of our work. Regardless of whether it is undertaken for research or production purposes, this critical larval stage lays the foundation for our subsequent production levels and any sort of scheduling that we do. For us, as a production facility, the fish reared in conjunction with natural breeding cycles constitutes our largest source of fish supply. The outcomes achieved during this phase, whether marked by success or hardship, ripple through an entire year of operation. Given that success hinges upon a singular point within a year currently, this mode of production lacks the stability that is often associated with traditional business models and underscores the necessity for a consistent and readily accessible supply of perch and fingerlings in order for us to achieve those high levels of production that everybody is seeking. During my time at Concordia and the Northern Aquaculture facility, I was engaged in multiple attempts at rearing walleye. Along this journey, I witnessed periods of success intertwined with moments of disappointment. Within an academic setting, finding student workers who are dedicated and motivated enough to ensure the well-being of delicate life forms can be challenging, to say the least. Extensive training was imperative. Hands-on experience under careful guidance was also equally well warranted. This training was something that I went through and subsequently aided others in. Beyond the challenges presented by student involvement, larval production encountered occasional setbacks stemming from various issues. These challenges encompassed a range of factors, some which necessitated partial system overhauls and truly meticulous levels of fine-tuning. From grappling with clay-related complications in walleye to fluctuations in temperature and even dechlorination issues with city water supplies, navigating these proved to be quite the climb to get through efficiently. It was difficult, to say the least. These struggles really underscore the commitment that's required in order to achieve success within larval cultures. With heightened supervision, some of these issues could have potentially been averted. The initial month of life, as we all know it, is the most delicate phase, necessitates heightened vigilance and dedication from everyone who is engaged in any form of rearing. Beyond these internal challenges that many of us face, we are also confronted with external battles. For all perch producers, the lack of a suitably formulated feed for our fish remains a pressing concern. Commercially available diets often fail to align with our optimal fat, protein, and vitamin levels, which we're all seeking. And some of these even contain ingredients that are deemed to be unsuitable for fostering the high pace of growth, which we're all after. This leaves us with dilemmas between choosing from various trout diets, formulating our own feed, or supplementing those existing diets. Another concern that I've realized already in my short time in the private production industry is the scarcity of a skilled workforce, especially among individuals who aren't pursuing formal degrees. While academic pathways contribute significantly to cultivating future fish farming professionals, there is an evident gap when it comes to providing training for those outside that traditional education route. These external challenges present opportunities for solutions that are more likely to emerge from collaboration. This can manifest in diverse ways and is a concept that I have recently encountered firsthand. Upon joining Woods and Waters alongside Annie, who has a slightly different background than myself, collaboration has already proven to be invaluable. It has provided us with adaptable means of problem solving and some new ideas. Scaling up this collaborative approach is achievable through greater research collaboration and the establishment of strong relationships between research and production facilities. Annie will share some more information with regards to her experience and what this collaboration can bring.
Hi, everyone. I'm Annie Schmitz. I am currently with Woods and Waters alongside Josh as the other fisheries biologist there. I was formerly the yellow perch hatchery manager at the farmery. I earned my master's degree from UW-Milwaukee, where I focused on studying larval yellow perch and how different external and maternal factors could impact larval fitness. While I was at the farmery, our aim was to address the year-round shortage of fingerlings for yellow perch grout producers. In my time there, I had successfully off-seasoned 2 stocks of yellow perch before funding was withdrawn for the farmery, and we ended up closing down. We certainly encountered challenges at the farmery. Being a nonprofit organization, most revolved around funding limitations, unfortunately. The appeal for yellow perch aquaculture persists due to its substantial market value, which only continues to increase due to the declining supply of yellow perch fillets. In my experience, the larval cycle for yellow perch remains one of the most significant barriers for establishing viable yellow perch aquaculture. The successful transition from egg to fingerling is a critical phase that requires meticulous attention to water quality, temperature, nutrition, and other environmental factors. The vulnerability of larval yellow perch to stressors necessitates innovative approaches to feed training and optimizing culturing conditions. Scaling up production is another significant hurdle. While successful small-scale operations have been achieved, replicating these on a larger scale demands a careful balancing act. As operations expand, ensuring consistent water quality, adequate nutrition, and disease management becomes more complex. A notable concern arises when grappling with the challenges that come with scaling up larval production specifically. This concern is further magnified by the potential for limited production if circumstances deviate from the plan. The lack of larger scale production facilities that can serve as research testing grounds is a pressing concern in the field. This limitation really circles back to the challenges of obtaining new fingerling stocks outside of natural spawning times for operations, which compounds the matter that the current yellow perch fingerling supply is exceedingly limited, as numerous operations have either closed down or have halted perch initiatives within their organization. This scarcity contributes to producers' reluctance to jeopardize their sole supply of fish from the spring spawn on an experimental trial. Another difficulty lies in the disheartening contrast between the successes achieved in small-scale trials and the impracticality of replicating them on a larger scale. For instance, at the farmery, implementing a rotifer system would have meant having to place a system that was roughly 1,400 gallons just for feeding my larval yellow perch stocks, which would have eaten up valuable floor space where I could have put potentially more production and culturing tanks for the fish. There is a stark difference between feeding 5,000 larvae and 50,000 larvae. Even scaling up from 10,000 to 40,000 yellow perch fingerlings for production increases all of your facility inputs to the fish exponentially. Furthermore, the absence of specialized feeds and culturing systems presents another hurdle. Each perch producer adopts a distinct approach, resulting in a lack of standardized practices for newcomers. This variance can make it confusing for new producers seeking a starting point if they are coming from a non-traditional school pathway. Indoor tank culturing is gaining popularity due to its operational flexibility. The larval cycle and the feed training process for a fully indoor yellow perch aquaculture operation is where the highest and potentially crippling mortality rates are encountered. This vulnerability primarily stems from the extreme sensitivity of larval fish to external issues, as mentioned by Josh. If you can manage to establish a system or regimen that works, the path to achieving optimal production numbers then just becomes a numbers game and a matter of statistics. Thankfully, there is currently a collaborative effort underway among yellow perch producers thanks to a project initiated by the University of Minnesota Sea Grant. Hopefully, this project will yield a comprehensive guide benefiting small to medium scale entrepreneurs in the field and will hold viable methods that can be scaled up so operations can continue to expand to larger levels.